Hi, Aquarius. My hands are covered in blue something or other. So let's explain the look. I mean, I know you guys are already loving it. I can hear it. Alien, the alien that you are, the alien that you pretend not to be, and then what you show the rest of us, which is also a bit alien, not necessarily normal, but two very severe versions of the Aquarian nature. Both very beautiful, extreme. Two Aquarians put this look together. An Aquarius moon, Elma, did the hair. And Sheedy, my friend who did the Capricorn video, did the makeup and the look. So this is all Aquarian energy being channeled for you guys. The hair, the sleekness of the outfit, this was all like a collaborative effort between the three of us. And Elma's sun sign is Libra. So it's three air signs collaborating on your look. And I'm really happy with what we came up with. For someone who has a hard time connecting with Aquarius energy, I feel like this was the only way that I could do it any justice, was to have people come in who can help me connect with it because they just resonate that, And on top of that, be able to, in a playful way, take a jab at you a little bit in the ways that I feel that you guys can be a little bit, alien or a little removed, but to play that up in a loving way, to make that beautiful instead of, maybe scary or... So, first two cards are Ace of Pentacles and the dreaded Cups of Confusion, let's call them. Bottom of the deck so far is Four of Cups. So already, the feeling that I'm getting is like, okay, when good things start happening or like a good thing approaches you and you're just like, okay, is this real, or why am I confused? Why am I feeling like, even though these good things are happening and there's stuff coming out of nowhere, and perhaps money-wise, I mean, this does have a lot to do with Jupiter going into Scorpio. Money-wise, things are going to be much different. But the confusion that comes, don't these two cards kind of read like more money, more problems? A little bit, but I think it's more than that. I think it's like more good stuff, more luck, more internal anxiety and turmoil for the Aquarius to have to analyze their way out of. And I think you're going to analyze your way out of stuff regardless of if things are going upward or, if we're going through this like Taoistic way of like things go up and down and that's just the way things are. Depending on if you're at the crest of the wave or the trough of the wave, it's with a lot of signs, it matters. With a lot of signs, being at the crest or the trough really matters, because when we're at the crest, like for example, a Gemini, we're on the crest of the wave, we are riding high. You cannot tell us anything. We know everything. We're very like fly by the seat of our pants. And then when we're in the trough, we're nightmares to be around. We're sullen and we're fickle and we don't know what to do with ourselves, and we make everyone around us kind of miserable with our energy. With an Aquarius, whether you're at the crest or the trough, there is this sort of placid external nature, which is what, some people can read as this kind of almost alien ability to hide your truth, if you will, or to hide your sensitive internal self. You see, even truth has, even for me to even use the word truth that way, has a pejorative connotation. It speaks to my misunderstanding of you guys, which is what like this is all about, trying to get past that, right? So it's not about not wanting to unveil your truth, so to as in so much as that like it's not like you're lying or keeping something from people, but that it is such an internal sensitivity for you that to expose it would be catastrophic if exposed to the wrong people, if taken lightly, if not listened to. So why take the risk, right? Okay, so you're going to analyze the hell out of everything. That's where we started to come back around. You're going to analyze the hell out of everything anyway. What happens when things start going well and you've got this energy of stuff just coming out of nowhere and being like, hey, here you go. You want this thing? oh boy, now the Aquarian's like, oh no, more to analyze, more to try to, how do I make sense of this? Like, I'm already trying to make sense of everything that's going on and not much is going on and now shit is going on. Oh, right? So, okay, fine. That's okay though. Because for me, that's just good. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, not so bad. Hey, starting with the Ace of Pentacles, not bad at all. It's great. Will it cause confusion? Of course, because you're smart. Of course it will cause confusion. Smart people are generally not the happiest people, right? Because when you're smart, you think about stuff and you're like, oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that could happen, and that could happen, and that could happen, and this could happen, and this could happen. Yes, but then we get here. That's exactly what this guy's doing. This could happen, that could happen. That's how you get here. And you know what this guy is? This guy's stagnant. This guy's not going nowhere. He can't. He's too messy in his mind to go anywhere. Where's he going? Everything he sees in front of him is cloudy. It's scary. It's a trap. Look at this. What's going on there? What the hell is that? Like, this dude's seeing all types of stuff. He's not okay. And if abundance coming into your life is making you feel that way, well, you know what? You're gonna have to look at these cups for what they really are, because this abundance is not gonna stop. You got big things coming your way. It's time. We know this. You know this. It will affect your partnerships. It might affect your marriage. It might affect your relationships. But listen, you've been waiting a while to do this and make this kind of money and make these kind of commitments and take these career paths, and now it's in front of you, and it's like, yeah, being given these opportunities is great, but Seven of Cups is like, but I'm going to have to change this. I'm going to have to give up that. I might have to do this. I might have to do that. Yeah, you might. You want to get stuck there. Yeah, you might. But you know what? Life changes anyway. Life is going to change whether you make this change or not. Life is going to change whether you embrace this Ace of Pentacles or not. It's going to change no matter what. Why not change it the way you want it to change? It's going to change no matter what you do. It's not going to stay the same. That constancy, that fixed energy Aquarius is always looking for, you're never going to find it. This is why fixed energy is so, life can be so hard. Because you want a fixed, a fixed existence in some ways, and it's just not possible. We live in a chaotic world. So, the Magician, Nine of Cups, Two of Swords. Yeah, it makes sense. Do you leave the contentment? Do you leave the comfortability of what you have? This guy, he's in a good place. Certainly better off than this guy. Right? So, in one way, you can look at these cards and say, okay, so the next phase coming up, there is a chance to gain more cups. So the confusion will be lost and replaced with a sort of complacency or a sort of almost smug satisfaction with what you have. He's real happy with those cups behind him. He's even got his arms crossed. He don't give a fuck about you. He's not trying to talk to you. People do this. When people do this, I do this. I do this every time I'm out. I do this everywhere I go. I do this and I stand against the wall. You know why? Because I want to talk to nobody. So when people stay the fuck away from me because I'm not trying to talk to them. Listen, this is your energy coming through. Don't look at me. This is what he's doing. He's like, I'm so content with what I have. I'm so good with it. I'm so good with everything that I'm like closed off to you. Like, Is that necessarily where you want to be? I don't think it is. I think this kind of contentment, it works for a lot of people. I don't think it works for Aquarians. I just don't think you're the type. I think y'all are this. Like if you look up close, homegirl did a mesh. It's like gold mesh skin, like alien. Like this is not an alien existence. This is a very human existence. This is the human condition. We all like to have a big pile of money and sit on top of it and stick it in our ears and be like, oh, look at me, I got all this stuff. Look at me. Like that bullshit I be on, like when I'm out, like why, and I always end up talking to one person who's like, why are you doing that? You want someone to talk to you. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. I do. I just look mean. So the Two of Swords, what's the Two of Swords about? More importantly, what's the Magician about? The Major Arcana is only coming up if it's trying to guide you, right? So what's it trying to say to you? What does it want you to do? What is the magician? And the magician has all those things on the table in front of him. Look, he has all the tools that he needs. What does he need them for? What does he do with them? Why is he called the magician? It's alchemical, right? He creates things. He takes things and he turns them from one thing to another. What's an alchemist? An alchemist is someone who takes lead or some sort of semi-precious metal and turns it into a precious metal, turns it into gold, right? That's also symbology for transmutation of the soul, right? Taking a carbon-based life form and turning it into a silica-based life form, right? Christ consciousness, ascending, all of this, right? All of this happens through the hand of the magician. This is why this is the number one card in the hero journey. The Fool is when you start. The Fool is the 0. The Fool is when you say, yeah, okay, this is the human condition, and I have this journey I want to take, whether it be this new career or this new money or this new relationship or this new love. I have to walk down this road. So the Fool card is when you say, I have to walk down this road. I can't help it. And that's the walking off the cliff archetype, right? And then, I'm sorry, did I just get makeup all over my face? Fuck my face up too. Me and dark lipstick. Anyway, don't worry about it. Anyway, so that initial step, if you're getting the magician, that means you already took that step. You've already done the walking off the cliff. That's past. Now you're at the alchemical stage. Now you're at the stage where you have to take the things on the table in front of you and make something out of them. Well, what do you have on the table in front of you? Ace of Pentacles, that's money that comes to you, but it's money that comes to you. This is an earthly gift. This is an earth sign gift. Here's your purpose. Here's your thing that you really wanted to do. Here's the thing that you will end up ultimately making the most money doing, because it's a thing that you love to do, so you'll do it even when you don't want to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the only reason it's okay to do all this and do all these looks, even though it's tedious and it's time consuming and it's like a lot, is because I love what I do. So any time spent doing what I love to do isn't really time spent working. You know what I mean? So in the same way, the Ace of Pentacles is saying to you, here for you, the way the placements are, the way the planets are, and we'll go more into this in the extended, right? We'll do all the astrology stuff. But like for you, this Ace of Pentacles is like, here's what you can do, and you can make a life with this. You can make a life that you can be proud of. You can make a life that you can do something money-wise that you love so much that the money will just keep coming and coming and coming. So then it makes sense that the 7 of Cups would come up, because when you are confronted with that sort of a gift, it is a bit jarring. It is disconcerting to be like, oh shit, could I do this? Could I actually have this life? Could I really? Right? So then the major arcana comes, because the cards sense your confusion, and they say, okay, the 7 of Cups is heavy. So what do you need? What is the guidance? How do you get yourself out of the 7 of Cups energy? Boom. Then the major arcana guidance comes in. The Magician. So it's like saying, first of all, it's saying, remember, we read the cards that come up on the table, but also we read the cards that don't come up. That's not something I would say to everybody. It's something that Aquarians will readily understand, because you understand that intelligence has to do with what is said, but mainly it has to do with what is not said. I feel like in a lot of ways, Aquarians follow the 48 laws of power without realizing it. One of the 48 laws of power is that you always say less than necessary. Okay, no Geminis ever followed this rule in life. The first time I read it, I was like, duh. Why have I not done that my whole life? I'd be telling people like 100 times more than necessary. No wonder I don't feel powerful in those situations. But like, you guys naturally do these things that are just create and sustain and accrue power. You contain power within yourselves. So now it's like, what do I do with this power? You have to take it and you have to transmute yourself. You have to take this power now and make something. You have to make something. And you can't make anything in this energy. You see, he's not going anywhere. Right? That's the same thing that this guy's doing. They're not moving, and they've both got cups, but they've got cups for completely different reasons. right? But they're both stationary. They're both not going anywhere. There's no progress. And I feel like the Two of Swords is like that air sign energy coming in and being like, do we want to be stuck like this forever? Yes, I'm content. No, I'm not unhappy. But like I'm supposed to be doing this, not this. Like this is a very poor substitute for this. Okay? So it's not saying too much. This is one of the ways that you retain your power, right? You contain your power. Now, the Magician is like, take that power and do something with it. The thing that's going to stand in your way is the Nine of Cups energy. Okay, let's look at these cards, and I'll pull some outcome cards. All right. Can you see? You can see. So, the thing that's going to stand in your way is this Nine of Cups, that complacency. But don't be fooled. This is also standing in your way. This is not helping you. Thinking about things too much, Aquarius, does not help. The Two of Swords is like, you need to take that for what it is instead of dwelling. Because, hey, guess what? She's not going anywhere either. Oh, he's not going nowhere. He's too scared. He's not going anywhere. He's too complacent. She's not going anywhere. She's too worried. Fixed energy, fixed energy, fixed. And the Magician is like, the guidance is like, can we do, look, he's holding the wand and he's like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's do this. And like, you're like, this is like, let's do this. And you're like, So, how do we work you out of this energy? What does the rest of this month look like? I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of confusion here. There's a lot of back and forth. It looks like October, you're just like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? But what about this? What about this? The only advice I can give you is that this Magician is where your salvation is at. No matter what you end up doing in life, if you don't do something for yourself, at some point you're going to look at yourself and you're going to hate yourself. It may not be now, it may not be in 10 years, but one day you're going to be like, oh my God, I wasted my life for another human being or another group of human beings or religion or something. It doesn't matter. Oh my God, I didn't live my own life, right? I was too content and complacent with the life I had that I didn't really love. I was too anxious and nervous and of two minds to follow something. I was too scared of all the possibilities to ever follow through. That is not what you want your legacy to be when you look back on your life. And what the Magician energy is saying, although it is a harsh message. It's like, come on, get up. It's like, why are you doing this nonsense when you're this? It's not an easy card, you know what I mean? But I feel like that's the only way you guys learn. I mean, I've said that before too. Like, you guys can let things go over your head pretty easy, but you also let things pass through you pretty easy. But then if someone is like a little bit harsh with you or like a little bit like blunt with you, then you get it. And I feel like the Magician card coming up is blunt because it's like, look at what you should be doing and look at what you are doing. You know, and that is the Aquarius pedestal. We do put you up really high. We expect a lot from you. We expect you guys to be totally on your game. We expect you to, we expect a lot. But it's because you are capable of so much. You know, the Magician is a big card. Now, if this is someone, let's read it another way because there are other explanations here. So if the Magician, I'm just going to stop for a second. If the Magician, if you're already in this energy, if you already feel like you got this Ace of Pentacles on lock, you're not having any of these emotions, you are not in your fixed energy, you've been watching the videos, you've been working this out for the past couple months, fine, then you're here. And this has been going very well. It's been very popular in the videos from last month to read it in two different ways. So people who are still on the journey and people who feel themselves all caught up. So if you're all caught up and you're in Ace of Pentacles Magician mode, good for you. Great for you. You got nothing to worry about. Keep going. That's exactly what you need to be doing. I would rest. I would rest when you can. I would rest your mind. Put the swords down. You get away from the swords and you lay down. Sure, they could be right there, but you just take a little breather. Learn to relax. Learn to travel when you can. If you're already here and you're fucking bumping and you're making the money and you're doing what you need to do, then just learn to relax. Sorry, my camera froze. So when a boon becomes a weight, right? When a boon becomes a weight, when these great energies become a weight, then you start to become miserable. So there's that reading of it. Now let's move on to the third way you could read this. If Aquarius, you are at a point in your life where someone has you, especially an earth sign energy, has you all messed up, and you don't know how you feel, and you don't know if that person's telling you the truth or not, you don't know if that person is playing you or not, that person is having too prominent of a place in your life and it's making you question everything, let me tell you right now, that person's lying. That Magician card is very obvious when it comes to partnerships and when it comes to like reading for a significant other or someone that you are considering dating, or you're like, you know, if this Seven of Cups is because you can't figure out if this person is lying, they're not just lying, they're lying to several people. So however you want to take that. The Magician card, this is a guy who is showing you one thing and doing another. This is someone whose entire job and identity is based on artifice and sleight of hand. This is someone you cannot trust. If this is a financial situation you're trying to get into, and your main questions, as a lot of Aquarians will have this month, if your main questions for October have to do with money, nope. If that Magician energy is not something you identify readily with, is something you can do and you can make something happen in your life, if you're identifying that energy with anybody else, I'm going to tell you right now, that person is going to mess with your money. Don't do it. Don't do it. That person is not telling you the truth. So, there's that. Now, I feel like, okay, I was going to say, I feel like there are no more cards coming out, but then a bunch of cards came out. So, Three of Swords, King of Cups, Three of Wands, the Empress, Two of Pentacles, the Moon, Knight of Wands. Good, okay. So, kind of like an extended, but we'll pull more cards for, when we do the extended, we'll pull more cards definitely for the Magician. But look here, do we need to though? I mean, we will to find out more, but like, lies, pain. This person is such a liar. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You already know he's lying though, or she's lying. So like, and then there's the water sign, very persistent water sign. You've got this High Priestess, almost alien-like energy at the bottom of the deck. That doesn't surprise me at all, especially in the getup. This, like, it is kind of High Priestessy. So the water sign. Another thing we'll look at the extended. A Cancer. There is a transfer of power here as well. You see these very powerful cards here. Boom, boom, boom. I feel very much like there's three people involved. There's three swords. There's three wands. The Empress is the number 3 card. And also look here. So you've got the first step in the Arcana. The second step. The third step. Okay, that's 1. Then, this is a 3, if you look at the top. This is a 3. And this is a 3. So 3 threes. And a succession of 3s. So, Aquarius, are we cheating, or is it you? Are you lying? There is duplicity here. There is a triangle here. There's lying here. There is not knowing what to do, who to choose. There is loving the role which you have and yet not getting everything you need out of it. There is this deep desire to go out and travel and see different things and live in different places and for someone to really understand that about you. Someone who emotionally would understand that about you. If you have a water sign in your life, I think that's someone that is good for you. But this fire sign is making you question everything, and I have a feeling that the fire sign and the magician are the same. Like as if you're thinking, should I leave this fire sign? Or should I leave this? It's this energy. What's a fire sign energy? It's this Knight of Wands energy. This is someone who, they're just not serious enough about the thing that you want to do. But it's like you don't even care. See, because if there's not 3 people involved in your situation, if there's no situation at all, then you're looking at potentials, right? If there is a situation and it's just the 2 of you, then what it seems like is that that person's trying to keep you from doing something. If it's 3 of you, then I feel like there's a whole other level of delusion going on where you're trying to talk yourself out of it or into it. I can't tell anymore. There's so much confusion around it. Like, you're hurt, but you like where you are in some ways, but you can't stand it in other ways, but you're attracted to people who are like lying to you and you kind of know they're lying to you, or you are lying so you can still have your role but also do what you want, and you're like seriously contemplating if now this is the right thing, if all of this is right or not, because this is not really how Aquarians roll. Like, this is very confusing. Usually Aquarians are pretty clear cut. But I think something has come along that's really messed with you guys. It's either a person or an energy that's deeply emotional, and it's making you want to go out and just be more and see more and do more, and it's inspiring to you. And then you're like, but this is such a weight. This is such an emotional, like, anchor. Like, oh, God, this person's so emotional and dramatic. Like, I just want to go. But then this role holds you. This pedestal that Aquarius is on holds you. Maybe your family put you there. Maybe your boyfriend put you there. It doesn't matter. But, like, it's so seductive to be put up there that you almost feel like you'll deal with all this other stuff. You'll deal with enabling some, man boys, like, tantrums. You'll deal with the fact that there's this other person that totally inspires you, but somehow you guys can't be together, or, like, it's more about them just inspiring you. Like, there's a 3 thing going on here, but I think that 3rd thing is more emotional. Like, I feel like a lot of times Aquarians won't cheat, but they'll emotionally cheat. And when you do that, the consequences are still very real. You can still get your feelings hurt. You can still, be disingenuous, and people will still be disingenuous with you. So the moon is always coming up as kind of like a warning card, like, right? Like, be careful. Not only are there lies, but these lies are also going to be found out. Not only is there deception, but the deception is going to be found out. The light is going to be shining on it. I think you have some decisions to make here. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. You're going back and forth, but I think you need to decide, especially because this 3 of Swords energy is getting heavier and heavier in you. And as October draws to a close, I think you will seriously still be contemplating whether to stay or not, but something will show you this month why you have to follow this 3 of Wands energy. You can't sleep on this anymore, because either you're going to be up and out and inspired, or you're going to be this 3 instead. You guys decide which one you want to be. You want to be expansive and adventurous and be out there doing it, or you want to be brokenhearted because you're breaking your own heart by not having the guts to do what you want. Damn, Umber, you harsh. I know. Oh my God. But look how pretty it is. Yo, seriously, shout out to these makeup artists. Like, you guys have just been slaying my whole life. And they did this look so fast. Like, I love these girls. I'm going to link all their stuff below. Check them out. This energy has been so amazing to work with. Like, I feel like a badass robot, android, alien. Like, I'm literally going to walk around like this. I'm not taking it out. This is me now. So, I hope it's not too severe a representation. It's rather beautiful, although it is severe. but I feel like this is like the last video, like last month. These are the baby steps that we are taking towards building a new relationship with each other and getting to know each other past just what the stereotypical things that one knows about Aquarians are. And you guys have really helped me on that journey. The feedback I've been getting, especially last month, was so amazing. And like, I love to learn. So who better to learn from than you guys? You're so good when you realize that someone just doesn't know. I think the best thing I did was just to be like, I don't know how to connect with you, and you guys just came through and really have been so supportive. So thank you so much. Like I said, I'll link all the info below. Elma slayed the fuck out this hair, right? And this like Aquarius, like Sheedy's Aquarius, but I'm dead. I can't. So check them out. They're going to be doing, these videos come out October 1st, and both Elma and Sheedy will be doing Halloween looks all month long. So contact them if you're into that, because they do all kinds of stuff. Sheedy actually does like FX makeup. So the FX, like if you're stepping up your Halloween game and you want like the face, and the zip or whatever, all that stuff, she does all that stuff. So check up on them. All right. I will see you in the extended. I'm going to get into it in a minute. We're going to look at the Empress, the Magician, the Moon, and of course that Three of Swords. And then we're going to take a look at the Ace of Pentacles. I love you guys. I will see you in November.